The novelist tries ever so hard. Zarastro's going further in front. Snippets is all over. Zarastro, too good for them. 2.5.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Final Gallop. It is episode 354 and is proudly supported by the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. Big preview show this week as we look ahead to Antino and Zarastro's first up assignments at Caulfield on Saturday, as well as the 9 runners that will be saddled up at Eagle Farm. Morning, Tony. Another exciting Saturday ahead in Melbourne, as well as 160 years of Eagle Farm celebration up here.
Yeah, good morning, Claire. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it is a big weekend. 160-year celebration here at Eagle Farm, which will be a good day.
Yeah.
They're winding back the clock, I think, aren't they here? I think admission prices are the same as they were 160 years ago, things like that. So there's a bit going on up here in Brisbane. Look, the weather is beautiful.
Yes.
And we'll cast our eye to Melbourne, where the weather is very Melbourne-like.
It's very Melbourne-like.
Rainy, overcast, cold, been windy.
Variable.
So I leave this beautiful, what do we call it, late winter, early spring weather that we got here to head down there. But it's going to be, the real heat down there is going to be on the racing.
Absolutely.
A couple of really good races in Melbourne.
Absolutely. And last Saturday we did see a gallant third for Golden Boom in the Carline Stakes at Moonee Valley, and a fantastic 4 winners at Eagle Farm. Yeah,
Golden Boom was great. Had he drawn probably that touch lower, he ended up being drawn 7 of 7. I think he makes it pretty interesting. I thought he ran equally as good as last year, and he had that good improvement that comes. He goes to the Moya now, 2 weeks. He gets his chance at a Group 1, which I think is very, deserved of a horse that's really worked himself to that level. Here at home, we had a great day. Eagle Farm's been very kind to us lately, and horses have been ridden well. They're racing really well, and I think we've got a really strong team for this weekend as well.
Okay, we will start the preview on Saturday with Caulfield. The rail will be in the true position with the track currently a good 4. Showers are forecast daily, so there's a good chance we'll be somewhere in the soft range, you'd think.
Yeah, it's tricky. The tracks down there are certainly designed a bit better. They handle the rain a bit better than what ours do here. I guess it really depends on what happens on the day. There's rain forecast sort of every day leading into it. All reports down in Victoria, there's not a lot of sun about, pretty overcast, pretty miserable. So I'm hopeful we're soft to the better side of soft, because you do need a bit on the day to really affect that track at Caulfield, because they've been dry for some time down there and it was really windy at the start of the week. So I'm hopeful for the better side of soft.
Okay, we are in race 7 for the first of our runners. That is the Group 3, the Heath, over the 1100 metres. Antino came 3rd in this race last year, and this year we will have Zarastro running, 57 kilos, with Angela Jones riding at barrier 12. With Ladbrokes, he's paying $4.60 to win and $1.95 for the place. First up and on Weather Watch at the moment, comes into the race, off a very impressive jump out at Kronenbourg last week.
Yeah, he's in great order and on soft ground. So, I'm thinking something similar. I'm hopeful something similar to that we get on Saturday. He handled that ground well. He loves getting onto his Melbourne leg. His action on his Melbourne leg's terrific. His stride lengths are great, and the horse is in really good order. He's as good as what I've ever had him off not really first up. He's off a freshen, really. He only had 2 runs throughout the winter. He's been in work a while, but not heavily raced. He's right up and about himself, the horse. He's settled in beautiful, and the barrier, look, it's a good start. Distant in the side there. He'll roll up on speed, and the key to him is the weather.
Yes.
As long as we can get a 6 or better, he's right in this race up to his ears.
Okay, race 9 is the Group 1 Memsey Stakes over the 1400 metres, and Antino will run in this. He'll carry 59 kilos. Blake Shin rides, and he's drawn barrier 8. And with Ladbrokes, he's paying $6 to win and $2.10 for the place. First up for the spring after winning the Group 1 Dooming Cup in the winter, was 4th in this race last year when also first up.
Yeah, he was. Look, he'll be mid to back from his draw. He's drawn perfect for him. Blake knows him very well. What I didn't know about his jump out the other day when Andrew rode him, he actually jumped well.
Yeah,
he stepped well. He'll step well enough here. Blake will just find his spot, whether he's 3 wide or wherever he is, it won't sort of matter, mid to back, and then he'll get into the race as he sees fit. It certainly looks a race that lacks tempo. There doesn't look to be a whole lot of speed here. I see this being a very controlled pace, and being mindful, 3/4 to 9/10 of this field are all looking at bigger targets later on in the spring, and we're no different. So he's in good order. He'll race his normal pattern. Blake will get him into the race when he sort of sees fit. I think the horse is ahead of where he was this stage last year. He's definitely going better. He's settled in better at Kronenbourg. Everything about him pinpoints to me for a very positive first up run. I think just the tempo of the race, that'll sort of tell our fate whether we can win or not win. But he'll run excellent on Saturday.
Okay, now onto the preview of our runners at Eagle Farm on Saturday. The rail will be in the 1/2 metre position with the track currently a soft 5. Would get back to a 4 with the sunny days ahead, but there may be some westerlies about on Saturday.
Yeah, this track will be a good 4 here for sure.
Yep.
It'll be good fast ground here at Eagle Farm. We've seen pretty quick ground last week. We saw quick ground yesterday at Doomben. It'll be good fast ground.
Okay, we start in race 1, which is the benchmark 70 handicap over the 1,000 metres. We'll have Arisphere in this race, 58 kilos, with Emily Lang's 1.5 kilo claim, and she'll jump from barrier 2. With Ladbrokes, she's paying $5.50 to win and $2.10 for the place. Place first up then didn't let down in the going last start at Eagle Farm. Looks like getting the more favourable track conditions this time.
Yeah, good tracks are the key to her. This grade's perfect with a claim, gets in beautifully. 1/2 metre rail means they will come off fence in the straight. They won't win hard rail, but we'll get a really good run either on speed or on the back of the speed, get to the right part of the track. Good race for her. Very competitive benchmark 70, but I think people are overlooking the fact that she doesn't like that soft ground. She presented to win the other day and just couldn't let go on the surface. Different horse on top of the ground. I think she's exceptionally hard to beat.
Okay, race 3 is the benchmark 70 handicap over the 1,800 metres, and we'll have ready for the trip in this, who's looking over where he's going to race on Saturday. He'll carry 58 kilos. Ryan Maloney will ride barrier 7, and with Ladbrokes he's paying $7.50 to win and $2.70 for the place. In top form after back-to-back wins at this track, 1,400, then out to the 1,600 last start. First time out to the 1,800, and hopefully he is ready for the trip.
Well, I think he is. The way he's racing at the mile the other day, there's no reason he wouldn't. He's a real track specialist. He runs at Eagle Farm and been outstanding. So try to keep him in that light, keep him to this circuit. He maps to get a beautiful run again. He's got a lovely racing pattern. He just bounces, puts himself on speed, relaxes, and gives himself a good chance then to finish off. So he presents well again. It's a good horse jockey combination. He's fit, healthy. His work's been terrific. He's a really. If someone had said to me at the start of the prep he'd be winning a Saturday race, I would have said they're crazy. But the way this horse is progressing now, particularly as he gets at Eagle Farm and gets out to his distances, I think he's a real chance in a very open race.
Race 5 is the Class 6 handicap over the mile. We'll have free carry in this, carrying 56 kilos with Emily Lang's 1.5 kilo claim, and he'll jump from barrier 2. Free carry is paying $1.95 to win and $1.14 for the place. Return this preparation in fine fiddle with a strong 2.5 length win on pace first up over the 1,400.
Yeah, well, he's my best of the day. We'll cut to the chase there. He'll roll up on speed. If he doesn't control, he's thereabouts. He's definitely ready for the mile second up, and the horse couldn't be going any better. He's in really good shape. Okay.
Race 6 is the benchmark 85 handicap over 1,200 metres. We'll have 2 runners in it. We'll start with Warby, who'll carry 60.5 kilos with Ryan Maloney in the saddle, barrier 2. He's paying $9.50 to win with Ladbrokes and $2.90 for the place. He's first up for the preparation. Doesn't possess a very good first up record, but he hasn't been far away first up since he's been in our stable, and he's usually getting home late.
Yeah, he'll just want this trip and getting out to the 1,400, but he is going good. The 1/2 metre rail at Eagle Farm is what really does suit him. They'll go along quick, also be able to come down the centre. That'll suit him. He'll be in the second half of the field running on. So, look, he's in terrific shape. He's in for a really good spring prep. This is probably the warm-up run that he needs to get out to his trip.
Okay. The other runner we have in the race is Giggles. She'll carry 57 kilos. Ben Thompson will ride her, and they will jump from barrier 3. And with Ladbrokes, they are paying $3.70 to win and $1.65 for the place. In good form with a first, then a close third, and then another dominant win last start, all at this track and distance.
Yeah, well, she's probably the opposite to Warby, isn't she? She's right up and about in the prep. I give her a jump out, mid from last run to this run to keep her up to the mark. She's spot on. She couldn't be going any better. She's versatile. She can jump and either lead, she can jump and sit second, third, fourth. Doesn't matter. I think she maps to get a beautiful run. She'll present the right part of the track, and her Eagle Farm record is excellent. She loves this big track. So for me, she's on top, and she's very hard to beat.
Okay, race 7 is the open handicap over 1,400 metres. We'll have 3 runners in this one. We'll start with Kronenbourg. He'll carry 57 kilos. Ryan Maloney rides barrier 2. With Ladbrokes, he's paying $13 to win and $3.60 for the place. First up and generally does race well fresh up. Look good finishing off a 1,000 metre jump out recently.
Good off-season open, this. Good race.
Good.
There's a couple here we're looking forward to seeing resuming, Kronenbourg and Queen Air, which we'll get to. This is a good race. Kronenbourg, I think, maps well. This is a 7 furlong race with a good bit of speed in it. So I'd imagine at 1400 he'll jump well. What we saw last prep, he's happy to sit off horses and get to the line. He was at one stage there, he was just always tearing up on speed. So I think he's finally, racing like a mature racehorse now. It's taking him a while to develop this horse. So I think he maps to get a really good run. Maloney's the right rider for him. He maps just behind speed and he'll be good to the line. He's very fit, very ready. We'll see him progress out to the mile post this run.
Next runner is Amur. He'll carry 55 kilos with Ben Thompson riding barrier 11. With Ladbrokes, he's paying $6 to win and $2.15 for the place. One from the front of this track and trip and grade at his last start. Upper kilo, wider gate and drier track to contend with this time.
The dry track, I think, is a positive for him. I think he's better on dry ground than wetter ground. He looks to get a pretty good run here. He's not a one-trick pony. He surprised me when he led the other day, but there looks to be enough pressure here. The start's so good at the 1400, get down that back straight. So Ben will just roll forward on him if they want to, muck around and not take it up. We're happy to take it up. If not, we're happy to take it sit second, third, fourth. So he settles anywhere in the first 4 or 5. He's well placed again at the weights. He gets in these races beautifully at the moment, because of the depth of strength in them. But he's an excellent chance. He's fit, healthy. He's found his groove. He's improved off his last run. So he's certainly there to run well.
Okay, the third runner is Queen Air. She'll carry 52 kilos with Emily Lang's using 1 kilo of her 1.5 kilo claim, and she's drawn barrier 7. She's paying $10 to win with Ladbrokes at the moment and $3 for the place. Saturday sees the return of this mare at a trip well short of the best, but she did finish last prep with a dominant win of the Gold Coast Mares Vase over the 2,050 metres in the summer.
And she probably should have nearly won first up last prep on a really wet track at Dooman over 1350, which we were very unsure she'd handle the ground. She's very good on good ground. She'll get that. She's very good on big tracks, which she gets. She's probably the horse I'm most excited to see resume on Saturday. She's a mare I really like. She couldn't be going any better. Lightweight, and will just ride her to find her feet with a bit of cover early. And there looks to be enough pressure in, as I've mentioned. And she'll be the one storming down the centre of the track. I think she's a real chance of winning this.
So how are you splitting these three?
Look, they're hard to split. Your Amur's going to be there. Kronenbourg will probably just behind him, and this mare will be watching unfold strong late. I'm going to go gun to my head, Queen Air. I just think she's going absolutely super.
Race 8 is the benchmark 78 handicap over 1,400 metres. Blazen Boots is in this, and he'll carry 58 kilos. Ben Thompson in the saddle, barrier 8. With Ladbrokes, he's paying $10 to win and $3.40 for the place. A first up winner from On Speed over the 1350 at Dooman.
Trained on beautifully, this horse looks fantastic. He'll jump, find a spot in the first 4 or 5. Ben rode him really well at Dooman off a tricky gate. It's not as tricky here. He maps well. He'll present at the right part of the track. And I think 1400 on the big track here, second up after that 1350 is ideal. So he's well placed. He's a really good each way chance in the competitive race.
Okay, we are into the final furlong of this week's Final Gallop. Who is your best Metro winning chance on Saturday?
I think I've got a couple of really good chances, but I'm going to go with Free Carry. He is short, but he's trained on beautifully. He's in for a really good prep. So Free Carry's my best.
And your each way?
Each way is a tricky one. There's a couple there. I could easily have Queen Air at the $10 each way, but I'm going to go Arisphere in race 1 each way. I think at $5.50, she's very fit, very healthy. She's pretty typical of what we saw Boomshanker winning yesterday. Just can't let go on soft ground. Get them back on good tracks and you see nice horses, and that's what we'll see with her on Saturday. Okay,
now your best at the provincials. We have Ipswich Friday and the Gold Coast and Toowoomba on Saturday.
Yeah, look, I really hope Zuya breaks through for a maiden tomorrow at Ipswich. I've got things I think pretty right with her now, so she presents well there. I'd go stick to the Gold Coast then on Saturday. I quite like a filly Idolised. Come up from Sydney. In a short race there, 62,000. I think if she can draw soft enough, I think she can do a job.
Okay, and your best track worker this week?
Best track worker this week, Antino, down in Melbourne. He's bang on for the Memsey. So Antino's my star of the show. I thought his work looked fantastic at Kronenbourg on Tuesday morning. Okay, now it is time for Cavs Corner, which is supported by the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. Just one leg landed in his stable multi last week. Let's head over to Craig and see what he's got for his 2-leg multi this week.
Welcome to Cavs Corner for this week. This week we're going to venture across to Eagle Farm. We're going to go Arisphere a place into Give Giggles a win. Good punting, guys.
So he's gone Arisphere a place and to give Giggles a win. What are
Yeah,
your
good
thoughts?
multi.
Good.
Really good multi. I think give Giggles. Well, she's just a track specialist, Eagle
Yeah.
Farm, and it doesn't matter whether that rail's low or wide. She just maps well. So, yeah, no, I like his multi this week. I'd have something on it.
Okay.
I'm pretty critical of it at times.
You are.
I prefer the place, but I like Arisphere the place, and you could actually have that win-win if you wanted to, and just to have it both ways.
Okay, well, good luck on Saturday, Tony, as Antino and Zarastro start their spring racing campaigns, and we celebrate 160 years of Eagle Farm.
Yeah, good luck. Everyone have a good weekend on the punt. If you do want to get out to Eagle Farm, it will be a ripper day here on Saturday, and hopefully you can watch all the action down south.
Absolutely. Best of luck to everyone.